Hello everyone, thankfully as you can all see I'm back now. I was able to find work relatively soon. It was only a temporary situation, took me only a couple of weeks or so. I start training for my new job on the 16th of next month. And it doesn't pay as much as my previous job over when I was doing dispatch for roadside assistance, but that's okay. It seems like a very fun and cool place to work, so I'm very much looking forward to it. And I can always look at other options while of course, am working there. I'm also going to possibly be looking into getting a new place or bunking with a good buddy of mine who actually helped me move in. But with all that aside, I'm really glad to be back and getting back to doing what I love, which is uploading Hero Coliseum content as well as some other Parallel Quest videos for Xenoverse 2, Super Mario World, etc., etc. I also got a couple of other things I'll be showing off. I recently got Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds for PC, and I actually got that when that initially came out for 360. It was a good while ago, back when I was living in Arizona, and I actually bothered to get both the DLC characters. I got the Ears DLC for the main four, and I got all 12 characters to 99 that took friggin' forever. I've also been messing around a bunch with Sonic Robo Blast 2. There's this really kick-ass shadow mod that the community has created. I don't remember the name of the guy, but I will be showing that off. I downloaded a bunch of new maps. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. But today we're looking at another deck suggestion by Deondre Thomas. I want to say this might be his first suggestion. If it's not, feel free to correct me. Pretty sure this is the first one I've received by Deondre Thomas. I'm more than happy to show it off. Fairly certain I've already shown off Fusamasu, Vegito, Cell Jr., and Pan. Now we're just going to go ahead and finish up with Jocko, Pycon, and Topogato Destruction. We are finally at the last 7-star free rank battle, so let's get right into it. The suggestion was you are Final Form Frieza, Vados, Enderzy Goku, Speed Future Gohan, and Piccolo. One thing I will say is I'm not entirely sure why he suggested I go with this character skill setup, but that's okay. Not every deck needs to have an O1 figure. And speaking of character skills, he didn't have anything listed for Final Form Frieza, so I sort of just went with what I felt would benefit the team most as the game progressed. Plus, he has a very safe trigger square. He goes in the bottom right and the upper middle. He can easily hide behind Vados. Getting right into it though, let's start the fight. And this is actually another take I'm doing because Malice, I just spent, don't get me wrong, I love my cat to death. And I know I bring him up all the friggin' time, but you'll just have to bear with me when I do that. But anyway, just constantly wants attention. I don't know why I tried going second. Then again, I really don't have that much speed anyway. But yeah, Malice has been a really huge help, because I'll be honest, I was very, very depressed for quite a while. While I've been away, just trying to find work. I very much regret taking, that position for granted and just leaving without even having another job lined up. And I'm telling this to everyone out there who's either actively seeking work or is currently working. If you're going to move on to something else, make sure to have something lined up first, because you will regret it later. I'll be flat out honest. I was depressed to the point of where I was sobbing one night, and it was very hard for me to get some peaceful sleep. But thankfully, I'm back on track. I don't need to torture my body. I've got a job lined up. Very happy that I have that. And thankfully, I'm back on the channel, so I'm very glad to be back. I haven't really had time to keep up with a couple of my favorite YouTube content creators, such as QB Foursquare, Rock and Robo, seeing what they're doing. I've seen vids posted, haven't had a chance to check anything out. I've just been really actively seeking work. And I'm just so grateful I was able to find something so soon. I put my mind to it, and I was able to get something really fast. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well, especially with the pandemic. I hope a lot of you have been able to get your shots. I haven't had my shot taken yet. I haven't really had an opportunity to go and do that. I've just been really in a rut lately, just trying to find work. Yeah, this is the last time I'll say it. I'm just so happy that I was, able to do that within a relatively short amount of time. With the deck, I will say I'm not really too sure why you would want to put, again, future Gohan in there without O1 skills, especially since the version that Deondre recommended using was the speed version. A little bit confused by it, but that's okay. It's still something different, and I don't mind it at all. It also gives me a nice opportunity to show off a figure I don't normally use, being the new UR Final Form Frieza. I want to say that's Robo's new favorite figure in the game. I have to disagree with that, though. I think the new UR Janemba we got is so much better. That's just me, though. I like the idea of just hit the opponent really freaking hard. Plus, he shares the same trigger squares as Frieza, and he can just hide behind Vados. He's super good. And you can even use the slower, harder-hitting version of Janemba as an O1 figure if you want to, just for him being able to survive a fatal blow. Like, just imagine how much damage he would do. Alright, so let's take off Piccolo here. Let's get Frieza out here. And just in case, we'll also get Gohan out here. And we'll go ahead and protect them. I should be able to outspeed just fine. Never mind. That is very surprising. That's alright though, Frieza is lowering their damage, and Slug doesn't usually hit all too hard. Yeah. Nowhere near enough damage, but that was just so much better. I really am a fan of Future Gohan and love his moveset. Just looks really cool to me. Even though he's only fighting with one arm. I know why they're having him do that, but come on, man. The model has 2 arms. That just seems a little silly to me. Like, you could swear that he should be using it. Alright, let's get Vados out here. We'll go ahead and protect Frieza now. And we'll get Piccolo back out of here. Decent damage. I'm also someone who, again, prefers up-second skills. You just get so much stat boosts off of those skills. They're ridiculous. Yay, counter. And it takes care of Jocko. Moving on, let's go on to the next free battle against Pycon. This is our final fight with him. By the way, you should all be getting that announcement if you have online service or are in multi-lobby. But yeah, it sounds like we might be getting that Content City TV thing relatively soon here. Oh yeah, I just remembered. He has the EX Limit Broken Gogeta. But that figure is ridiculous. He's so good. I don't even know why I bothered. I'm gonna have to take a look at that Gogeta's attack because I'm surprised I didn't take that much. You know, then again, I do have Piccolo and Vados on the field. Also, for the Piccolo that I'm using the more beefy version. He didn't really specify which version of Piccolo you wanted me to use. I assume that's the one with more HP. That's the one you should run, in my opinion. And I have this one duped entirely in HP. Let's see, what's his attack at? Yeah, it's ridiculous how much Piccolo and Vados just completely neuter the enemy. Come to think of it, I shouldn't really be putting out Frieza. Maybe I should get out on Goku instead. Just start building up everyone's defense. Goku is a really great figure. My, again, only issue and complaint with him is that he boosts his own speed. Which kind of shoots the purpose of going second in the foot, but, It's very easy to go second against AI anyway. So it doesn't really hurt too much, I guess. Alright, let's get into Goku on the field here. Vados and Piccolo are also taking quite a bit of punishment, so probably best I do this. Oh, another thing that happened, by the way, which really sucked while I was away. So, my PS4 controller that I had for like a few years or so, I thought it was supposed to last a lot longer, but for whatever reason, I had an issue with the left analog stick where periodically, like, my character would just stop moving, and it was really infuriating. So, I had, took it apart to see if I could, clear out the dust and everything. The only thing is, I wasn't able to put it back together. And when I looked at the inside, it appeared that the controller just took a lot of punishment somehow. I don't know if it was because, I let it fall on the floor quite a few times, but even then I have carpeting here. But anyway, that's not really all too important. Thankfully, I did order a new controller. Pre-owned, you can't really get PS4 controllers in stores anymore. You have to order them, and they're usually pre-owned. It was in alright condition. I'll say that. I did have to make a couple of minor modifications to it, but it's pretty good now. And I even played it safe and wrapped electrical tape around the necks of the analog sticks, which, by the way, I highly recommend anyone using a controller to do that, no matter what brand it is. Because what that will do is it will prevent dust and, scrapings from the neck of the analog stick rubbing against the rings that are like covering the analog sticks, it'll prevent, little plastic scrapings, dust, and hairs from like getting in the controller, and then that could screw with the dead zones and whatnot, and you don't want that, because then your only two options are to get a new controller or take apart the controller and try to fix it, which usually doesn't work out too well. You gotta be kidding me. Janemba survived on 61 HP. Where are his spots again? Oh, right, it's the new ER Janemba. Which means even if I hit him, he's still going to live. I'm probably just going to go for the Master here. Let's see, how much attack does Piccolo have? Alright, we're going to take Piccolo out here. We're also going to get rid of Vados. I don't know why I got rid of Frieza. Oh, right, never mind. I was swapping both of them out for Frieza and Future Gohan here. My bad. And surprisingly, I'm still getting outsped. But Janemba has quite a ridiculous amount of speed behind him. Oh, crap. He's got all 1 skills, I think. That's not good. I just lost Frieza for no reason. Thankfully, though, at least Future Gohan got a buff in the process. I'll still be able to end it with relative ease, too. We're just going to make sure that I run 2 columns. And this will kill him. Because thankfully, that thing only applies 1 time. Alright, moving on through. Let's take care of the final fight with Topo. And I'm actually legitimately curious as to whether or not this deck is, up to snuff in order to handle this fight, because I have to say, Deondre, I'm thoroughly impressed by the deck overall so far. Let's get Vados out here. Got Piccolo. And then a Z-Goku. Also very, very smart on how you use adjust the character skills, by the way, Deondre. That's what you want to do. You want to have attack before ADM, because that will multiply your attack stat that much higher. It's weird how Hero Coliseum accounts for the character skills. It's in order. Sequential order from top to bottom. Thankfully, also, since the deck has Piccolo and Vados, not really going to take a whole lot of damage. One thing I also do really, really like about this deck is that the attack into Z-Goku hits very, very hard. Just stick him behind Piccolo, and you can keep boosting up defense to not just him, but Piccolo and Vados as well. So, very solid setup. And one thing I'm going to have to look out for here is when turn 3 comes around for the Broly. Just to be safe, I'm probably going to leave out Piccolo by himself. That way he's taking the punishment, and I'm also getting protection to my Master. Then again, it probably shouldn't hurt to keep both Piccolo and Vados out anyway. Just my only worry is Broly's posing skill. It's really freaking good. Hitting everybody in front. I might just be minimizing damage even more, though, by having Piccolo and Vados out anyway. Alright, here we go, turn 3. You know what, let's go ahead and get Frieza out here. Okay, never mind, I didn't even have to worry. Topo didn't even put Broly in his trigger square. We're just gonna skip all that, thank you. No counter. Oh well. Here we go. Ultimate time. Let's see. Who has the highest attack stat here? Definitely not Gohan. Yeah, let's get an Goku out here. I usually don't like to run triggers or figures off their trigger squares, but you know, it's screwed. I'm gonna do it anyway. Just get Frieza out there again. Okay, yeah, I'll outspeed, no problem. I'm not really all too worried about Broly either. Look, that's going to help tremendously. By the way, if you're new here, yes, I do take counterattacks and spirit bombs because screw the AI. Just for how many times I've gotten shafted on the speed wheel. Also, they have really unfair figures. And it more than makes up for them not putting their figures on the correct trigger squares, in my opinion. So I have no issue with abusing Spirit Bomb and counterattacks. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Again, I'm very happy to be back. And I look forward to putting out some more content for you real soon here. Until then, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.